man is starting to rise up. So they're starting to take inventory, I guess you could say, of not only Waterdeep but of the surrounding towns as well. Good tricks. Good tier, sorry. Good. Well, I'm glad you like it, man. That's an old recipe, man. What do you guys? Hello? You guys still there?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You guys need to log out of World of Tanks for a second. You guys had a good point. We could play some D&D, or
Is that what we're doing?
at least you're not shooting me like Dirt did the other night.
I'll try to keep that in mind Sunday.
No problem. Just keep me immobilized the entire night, bud. I have no problem with it. No problem. And I told you I wouldn't take it out on your character tonight. I like that stuff. You know, my saving throw rolls were solid all night until the very last one I failed, so I wasn't really worried, but the last one I failed. And then,
Are we all sitting around a table here at Green Tankard?
I would assume so.
I'm going to turn to the group and say I think our friend Whalian has some business he wants to take care of. Shall we give him a hand with that?
I thought we had decided to go to Daggerford.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just going to Daggerford. We just got to clear up business in town, find out whose business of missing people, Lady Moonfire, Father Griffin, what's going on with that? We seem to have no leads there.
We were told by Satine that they were in hiding and they were safe.
No, I thought they were going to be at our little base. That's where I thought they were going to be.
Oh, you thought they were going to be there? No, they're definitely not there. Unless they're hiding down in the Minotaur pit, which you guys haven't actually talked about that yet. The old Minotaur pit.
Go and say hello to T-Bone.
Yeah.
The old Minotaur pit. Oh my gosh. All right,
The maze changes every time you go down.
Let's see. Like I was telling you guys, I went through my journals and stuff, and the things that there's a lot of things you got. Well, I know you guys are going to Daggerford. You still have these are the things that are on the table. You still have Vipergrim, the Battle Slasher, with the child slavery ring. That is in the Jaina. There's also Waterdeep with the Goocher, but we all know who ship the Goocher belongs to. Then there's Alcine still.
Stabbin?
Captain Stabbin, exactly. Captain Stabbin. Or was that the Bang Bus? Or is that Captain Stabbin? So you got Alcine as well. He's fled to a new land called the Nenterville, which he fled on the Goocher. Let's see, and they left out of Waterdeep. You have all kinds of things still from the Tower of Dragdarok. There's really nothing you can do about that currently. Still no clue on Moonfire, Brother Griffin, or Curzon the Brazzer, or anything like that. You still have, so we already talked about the child slavery ring in Waterdeep, the Skullport stuff in Waterdeep. Also, these mysterious dreams you guys were having as well, which were basically this was before whaling came around. But you know that you also have you guys let the Lady of Shadows go. She was involved in the child slavery ring as well. Let's see. Shmash, your dreams included Tarok, which was AKA Snaggletooth, and I remember in your dream, how I wrote your dream was there was a huge, sort of like a mountain or volcano that was erupting in the background, and Tarok was enslaved instead of actually being in charge. So the last time that you had heard, well, actually, you know something more now, but your dream had mentioned that, well, your dream had showed you that he was enslaved, and then when you actually found the frost goblins on the way to Dragdarok Tower, you actually saw the symbol of Tarok, which you actually forgot who Tarok was. Then that goblin told you that they were part of the Many Arrows orc tribe. So, and there's other information on that you could probably find out later down the line. Let's see, Melek, your mentor, basically apparently appears to be a I guess as
Necromancer.
it appears to be like maybe a lich type of necromancer. Definitely a lot of undead going on in your dream. Batista, you got your horse back from actually Zark. Then you also have 10 towns, and I think there was some other stuff.
The towns were burning down.
Yep. The 10 towns were burning, lots of ogres, and your father being in trouble. But you've had contact since then, but your father's fine. Now, let's see. Let's talk about you, Mr. Walian. Oh, actually, let's talk about Dominic first. You were having visions of the spirit world, and basically, every time you were having a vision, Dominic, more of the spirits that you had actually come to acknowledge and come to actually see in your visions, actually the number started dwindling, and then there was this new power that looks like it was starting to consume the spirits. You haven't had any kind of dreams like that lately. And then there's Walian, basically everything about your family, them wanting you to come back, take part of the family business, and I don't think you're wanting to do that. So that's
Not
where
at
you
all.
guys are. There's plenty of things to worry about. And plus, if you guys want to go anywhere, I'm all for it, as long as I have a little bit of notice. And if you guys want to go to Cormier, if you guys want to go to Winterkeep all the way up north, I don't care. I mean, you guys can go anywhere you want. So, I mean, you can let those children die. Who gives a crap, man? Just let the child slavery ring continue. Oh, actually, also, you found out that child slavery ring actually not only involved Najina and Waterdeep, but it also involved the Moonshay Isles as well. There was some kind of sort of, I guess there's a lot of like a silver and gold boom down there as well. And so that's why a lot of slavery was, that's why a lot of forced labor was needed down in that area as well. So, all right, so those are all the possible things that you guys have out there. I didn't know if you guys had concocted a list or were writing them down, but there you go. I mean, I could actually, during this week, I could actually throw all those up on the journal if you guys like, on your group journal if you'd like.
Hey, if you want.
Sure, I could do that. All right.
It'd be helpful.
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Is the Serpent Hills near here, or is that like a distance?
No, it's actually sort of in the next region of Faerun. Let me switch you guys over. I'm going to move you guys to the Forgotten Realms map, and I'm going to go ahead and
I'll
raise
go
this
to the
up.
bottom there.
Now, you guys
That's
can
my
see
island.
that you guys are obviously here in Loudwater. Now, Najara is here, and then the Serpent Hills are right to the west. So there's a lot of dark things there. There's a lot of serpent type of people, and you guys actually encountered one. This is before. I think this is right before you joined the group, Walian. Yeah, I think this was a session before you joined, but they actually killed Zark, which was Garwin's nephew, and they actually found a serpent, which was one of the emissaries for the actual tribe of serpent people down there in the Serpent Hills. And there's a mining, a boom there as well, and also other things going on there as well. and Vipergrin Battle Slasher is his name, and he was corresponding back and forth to this emissary that was at the Zelbros ruins, which Zelbros is just west of Loudwater, and that's where this emissary was killed, basically. And then there was some correspondence found, a bunch of children that were, I think there was, close to a dozen children or something, that were actually returned back to Loudwater and in the other surrounding villages as well where they were from. So that was a good day for the party. But yeah, you guys know that the Serpent Hills is a hot spot as well. So and then you guys,
yeah, I know that Vipergrin is wandering around down there.
Vipergrin is definitely wandering around down there somewhere in the Serpent Hills. And here's Daggerford. So, Daggerford's basically a day's, about a full day's travel. You can go on the Greyflow River. Basically, that the Greyflow River connects to Loudwater. It's on the shore. Loudwater's on the shore of that river anyway. So you can, and that that river does flow towards Daggerford, so you're able to, you could for 10 gold, you guys can forgo all of the road travel, the wear and tear on your mount. It'll give you some more time to get a little bit more time to get acquainted with your new mount there, Tomanuk. And you don't have an actual true type of saddle like would be on a horse. It's more like a sort of like I want to say sort of like just like a couple of throw rugs that you just put on this thing.
The hide armor I'm wearing will suffice.
Sounds like a wiener to me. Sounds like a wiener.
I have long legs, so I can hold myself upright.
You can just push it along as you're riding.
A six-legged camel. Well, I personally would like to figure out where Moonfire is, but Santine insinuated the only place that he knew where she would expect to be would be our base, and she's not there, so I don't know anybody else in this town that could possibly know where she is. So that's kind of like a dead end as far as I know.
And
well, we do have the Deus place out in the woods. She plays out there.
And you do
Did
know
anybody?
Oh, sorry.
Did anybody check the pit at our base to make sure she didn't fall in?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
And
That's a good
everybody
idea.
rushes.
There's 3 corpses. There's 3 sets of skeletons floating at the top of the acid pool.
I think that's just a coincidence.
There's the acid pool.
There's 2 corpses in the mimic pen.
From the mimic pen. Dirt. The camel has 2 humps.
Mimic and Boom's little nest.
It's his well.
Well, we were on the trail to the children ring before,
which is in the Serpent Hills or whatever.
Yeah, before we got the cold blast from after doing the Sansasog and Ogre King thing.
Yeah, the tower was sort of like a screw thrown into the cogwheel, you know what I mean? It was like sort of one of those immediate reaction type of things. I mean, we're playing 4Es, I mean, I guess we could use sort of like the immediate interrupt or something. The tower was.
Right.
Nerd alert. I know. Nerd alert. Nerd alert.
The call for heroes seems to me like I think we'd probably go after the child smuggling thing before we do the call for heroes, though.
That is on the way to Najina.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah, second thing to do.
Manuk is indifferent.
Sounds good to me.
As usual.
And on a side note, you know that your brother is older than you, Walian, and he is definitely an expert fighter. So you know right now that you wouldn't have a chance fighting your brother. Not to say that you wouldn't in the future, but your brother is definitely one tough cookie, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's a good thing I don't want to go chasing off and trying to overthrow the family right now then, huh?
That might not work out too good for you.
But they're into slavery, this child slavery thing's going on in the hills. At the very worst case scenario, we keep foiling their plans in this area. We'll see where it goes from there.
They'll definitely appreciate that.
That was our original mission anyways, and things have popped up in the process of doing that, so my logical sense would say that, since we've cleaned up these other wrenches in our cogwheels, that we'd continue on with our original mission.
Most agreeable. Should we hit the shop, gather any extra supplies we might need, or are we ready to go now?
I think we have the supplies we need and everything, and we can go now.
Yeah, if you guys
Time of day?
Time of day is the morning, so you could possibly catch the ferry to Daggerford, the Daggerford area, down where the Greyflow River kind of turns. You could actually get there by probably the end of the day. Maybe.
So we're going to Daggerford and then down, or were we going to go through the high hills there?
Oh, you could just, if you just want to stop, or you guys go anywhere you want. So, if you guys are going straight to the Serpent Hills, then we'll just do stuff. We'll just do things on the flow, because I don't have anything prepared there. I have a lot of other things prepared, but I just didn't know that you guys were going to start thwarting that again because of all of the other things that had come up. So
we can go to Daggerford first.
Yeah, let's go to Daggerford.
Yeah, sorry about that. I basically got stuff for you.
We did tell you last week we were going to Daggerford, and then we're like, no, we're going someplace else now. So.
Well,
yeah.
It's his fault for pulling out the journals.
Well,
that's the loose ends you have.
Oh no, that's right. I'm just telling you guys for future references, because Daggerford's not gonna take very long. So.
Right. Okay. Cool. We'll go to Daggerford.
Yeah, we'll go get our mounts and then try to catch a boat ride down to Daggerford.
Yeah, basically it's going to cost you about 10 gold apiece, and you're able to get on the ferry. Yeah, you guys get plenty of gold. All right, sure. We'll go back to silver and stuff. Let me convert all of your stuff at level 8 back to. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. You guys got plenty of money. I don't even want to hear anything.
As I was stealing out 2 gold pieces every time at the gate, yeah.
I think that's pretty funny, man. That is always going to happen.
Before we go, I'm dropping off all my books in my tent.
All right.
Oh yeah, I've left my vials in the laboratory and stuff. Lighten up some load here.
Your full vials, not your empty ones.
Yeah.
Oh, and you guys do know that this stuff is not y'all's. It's basically, this is all Brazzer's stuff, Captain Stabbin stuff. This is Lady Moonfire stuff, and this is Brother Griffin stuff, basically hidden here. So, for the most part, because there's a lot of gold worth of stuff here, and it just kind of magically appeared. You know what I mean? So.
9/10 is possession of law.
I agree, especially when nobody else is accounted for.
Mimic ring this week? Was it Dominic still?
The what now?
Mimic ring?
Yeah, it's in a pouch. It's been there for 4 months. No one cares.
No one cares about it.
I'm pretty sure we'll finally find a goblin camp and we can feed it some goblins on the way to Daggerford.
Goblins?
Thought we were taking a boat.
Oh, we are. Yeah.
I don't ever want to see any more goblins in this game again.
We're past that. We're level 8.
Oh.
Actually, there are some pretty badass high level goblins and stuff. Kobolds, holy
sorry.
crap,
We're
are there
going
ever?
against Displacer beasts. I'm sorry.
Well, at least orcs, I would say. At this point,
there's definitely going to be orcs. I mean, look at
Orcs
Shemash's
and giants.
ogres, other humans, other flesh and blood of family members. Oh yeah, there's a lot of that stuff coming up. Serpent people, giants, mind flayers. Oh, dragons. Did I say dragons? Oh. All right, so I guess you guys are getting on the rafts. You guys basically make the travel to Daggerford. About halfway through the travel, there's another barge that stops and connects with the barge that you guys are on. And this is basically a traveling merchant. And this traveling merchant's name is Geed. And yes, Geed from Diablo 2. And this is basically, how you guys know how I feel about rituals. I feel rituals in 4th edition are way too undervalued. I think rituals should have a higher price tag on them, but that's just my opinion. But anyway, Geed has a lot of different. He is a man verse of rituals. So if you guys are wanting any rituals now from PHB 1, now would probably be a good time to get them because I haven't given you guys the opportunity to get too many rituals. So
definitely. Can I make it less free later?
Yeah, so I mean we can do that later on. So I'm going to give you that option to during the week you guys can come in and we'll talk about prices and all that other good stuff. So and then I'll make the cards, and then we'll make the cards for all of the rituals and whatnot. So all right, so you guys get to the area of Daggerford. You guys get on your mounts. You travel through a few small farmsteads on your way to Daggerford, and Tomanik, you're like the catch, man. Everybody is just looking at you like, what in the hell is that thing? And what in the hell is that thing he's riding on? So
I will wave.
Are you doing
elbow, wrist, elbow,
yeah?
Elbow, wrist.
Are you doing the Miss America type of wave?
Kind of like only bending the fingers in the wave.
Oh, the Queen Toodles wave.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. You guys can also smell as you're riding in this area, you can smell something like maybe a smoldering forest fire as well. I mean, you don't see any as you're riding. You don't see on the skyline. You don't see any kind of any fires or anything, but you can smell maybe something was burning or had burnt in the past. Alright, so you guys are now in the Daggerford area. I got a couple more handouts for you. So let me assign them to you real quick. Yes, I'm a handout junkie. This is the area of Daggerford. This is the Dellenbeer Vale. And here is Daggerford itself. The Daggerford map There's a lot of locales on it, but I think this is a new 5th edition map that might have got leaked out. This may be I think this might be in the new Encounters session, but I'm not too sure where this map came from. So
it is. I confirm that.
Okay, so I do need to buy that damn book then to get all the lore for the town of Daggerford. So
Yeah.
all right, I'll buy that later on tonight. So thank goodness that's a cheap PDF. So all right, so there's 2 handouts for you. You have the town of Daggerford and also Delambere Vale. Delambere Vale is from the Ghost of Dragonspear Castle. So I guess that's the way they're doing the new maps now for 5th edition, which I kind of like that type of map.
The Daggerford area is not in hex like that. They actually have a different map for that too.
Oh, and the new book, what is that called? Scourge of the Coast. That's it. Yeah. So, but is it the same map though, without the hexes, right?
Yeah, it's basically the same map. I can give you a copy of it if you don't buy it tonight or whatever.
Oh, that's all right. No, I'm gonna buy it.
Pretty much the same stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
Kromm's hold and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Which way would we be rising?
So you guys
west.
have basically traveled close to Waterdeep, and then off in the distance, you can see the skyline of Waterdeep. You know, you can see some of the smokestacks and some of the taller structures and stuff. And you basically made it to right. Well, I can't ping it, but right, sort of like southeast.
Cumber, right?
No, sort of. Well, between Flotian Estate and Waterdeep, there's on the high road there. There's where the River Delambere kind of meets with the high road, and then it kind of exits into the Sea of the Swords.
Right.
So that's where you guys basically have gotten off.
Okay.
So as you guys are traveling southeast to Daggerford, you guys can smell something that has burnt, or you don't know how long ago it was, but there's definitely a smell of something that's charred. And there's a lot of farmsteads as well. You guys eventually get to another couple hours or so of riding. You're able to get to Daggerford, and couple little small things about Daggerford. It's basically broken down in the quarters, and I believe the population's around. I think I remember around 1,400, somewhere around there. Obviously, you guys know that Duke Maldwyn Daggerford is the man in charge, and also Sherlin Miller basically is the captain of the militia, and Sherlin Miller is the one that actually had read the announcement back in Loudwater. The announcement with the utmost importance. It lasted about 30 seconds. So yeah, you guys get to Daggerford. You guys can. It's actually a pretty bustling town. It's got a lot of merchants, a lot of activity, a lot of people are wandering the streets. People are kind of looking at you, especially the old codgers of the town are really kind of looking at both Shamash and especially Tomalnook on the camel. And you guys can smell some pretty good smells. Well, you smell nice foods basically. You smell spices. Smell a lot of pipeweed. People are smoking around the area, and you can see a tower off in the distance, which is Delphin's Tower. And for around 15 minutes, you're basically gallivanting around town, kind of checking things out. Everything seems to be normal here. And then, as you start to get towards the middle of the town, up by, I think it's called Ducal Castle, there is a massive crowd that is starting to form up here. And lots of guards. There's some weird contraption up on the top of the stage, and there's several people as well. And I will say this: Tomalnook, and Batista, you do recognize several of the people on that platform